Welcome to the first video of this series, application procedure in Europe. So what we need for this application procedure, first I will go to tell you, first one is cover letter, like whatever you have past experience related to your job experience or internship, you have to cover and shows your experience in this letter. Second one is CV. It is generally they need about 120 CTS or European credit system, as they say 120 is normally the threshold in Europe, where you have to mention that what courses you have and what relevant skills you have, and it should not be more than 2 pages there. And you should also sometime write SOP and motivation letter, where you have to show they will always have a guideline that what should be the content of that letter. And third one is recommendation letter. Whatever you have completed your graduation or masters in your universities, and whatever professors you have been taught by them, so you have to request them to recommend you through a recommendation letter. And fourth one is publication. It is not mandatory, but yeah, still if you have, it will give a extra bonus to add up to your profile. So it's not compulsory, but yeah, if you have, it is beneficial for you personally. After that, I will come to the point of funding and scholarship. So it is very important, if whenever you proceed for your application procedure or proceeding for this application via mail or something else to the professor, so you have to ask about funding after that, when they replied you then. So whenever you got that, yeah, funding is quite good, or you are able to survive in this financial cost, so you can proceed further. And it is very compulsory, because whenever you go in abroad and foreign countries, so you need some job while you're completing your PhD. You have to you have to do your job personally, some other sector, so it will very difficult to you for you, that you will be not able to hold this extra burden on yourself. So it is very necessary for scholarship or funding. When after you got the funding or all these things, you have to approach the application from these universities, and again you will get a interview call. And whenever you completed your interview or something or visa procedure, then this is the final procedure you have. So I think this is the basic procedure for everywhere. And also one thing, you have to take a GRE and GRE TOEFL and IELTS. For European countries, it is very important that you should go for a TOEFL or IELTS. GRE is not recommended for Europe, basically. So whenever you have decided that you will go for Europe, then you took IELTS or TOEFL. TOEFL is an exam for English proficiency test, about 120, and it's very compulsory that you should be average should be 90 or 100. So you have to care about your scores also, because 100 is, I think, average on going on, and 110 is very good, 15 is very good, 105 is very good. So after when you got or what about IELTS? IELTS is out of 10, and you should, I think, 6.5 is average score, and 7 is a good score, 7 or 8 is good score. And also you have to maintain a good CPI. Like I am studying in IIT Kanpur, so it should be 8 is average, and above 8 is quite good, not best but quite good. So all these things you have to keep in mind before proceeding this application procedure for PhD in any country, or in any, for PhD basically. So in next episode, I will come with different ideas, or what actually depth of this application form, because I am going through this procedure because I have to go. So that's why I am doing all this job. So I will share it with you. Stay tuned. Thank you.